Imagine this. You are in a design review meeting and your lead says, we need to improve the visual hierarchy. The developer asks, can you tweak the padding for better usability? And the client joins in and says, I love the UI, but the UX feels off. Wait, what? Tweak the padding? UX feels off. If you have ever felt lost in design conversations because of tricky English terms, you are not alone. Today, we've got you covered. I've got you covered. I am Anna Gandrabora, your English and effective communication coach, and welcome to English for Tech Professionals, where we help you speak English with confidence in the tech world. And we help everyone, not only software engineers, we help web designers, graphic designers, UI, UX designers. This is why I'm recording this video, because in this video, I will not only share 20 popular terms that every designer in tech uses, but I also will give examples of how to use these terms in a sentence and useful expressions with these words as well. So listen carefully and write down the expressions, these sentences that I'm using with these 20 must-know English words. Let's dive in. And I want you to stick around till the end because at the end, I have a special challenge for you. I broke down the 20 words into 4 sections. In the first section, we will talk about UX and UI fundamentals, okay? Word number 5 is, okay, of course, UX, user experience, right? How a user feels when interacting with the product. This is UX. For example, a great UX keeps users engaged and happy. Here's a phrase for you. UX keeps users engaged. Write it down. Phrase number 2, UI, user interface, the visual elements of a product. Now, here's an example. The UI needs to be modern and minimalistic. Now, what you need to know about these words, UI and UX. First of all, pronunciation, UX. It's not X, UX. In some languages, this letter X is pronounced as X, for example, or X or whatever. In English, it's X, UX, right? UX, UI. Word number 3 is wireframe, a basic layout of a web page or an app. For example, let's create a wireframe before adding details. Create a wireframe. This is your phrase. Write it down. Word number 4, prototype. Prototype is a working model of a design for testing. We need a prototype to see how users interact with the design. We need a prototype. Build a prototype is another phrase. And word number 5 in this section is usability. How easy it is to use a product. It is usability. Good usability ensures users don't get frustrated, right? Here's the whole thing. The whole sentence is useful, right? Ensures, make it sure users are not angry, not frustrated. Imagine designing an app that looks stunning. UI is amazing, but users can't figure out how to use it. That's about usability, right? This is why usability is a designer's superpower. Now, let me know in the comments, by the way, are you a designer? If you are a designer, what kind of a designer are you? Are you a UX designer? Are you a UI, UX designer? Let me know in the comments what your role in design is. If your role is not in design, still, let me know what your role is. Let's get acquainted. And moving on to section number 2. In section 2, we talk about layout and design principles. Word number 6 out of 20 is visual hierarchy. It's the order in which elements are noticed. And here's an example. Increase the button size to improve visual hierarchy. Now pay attention to the pronunciation of this phrase and words. The word hierarchy, it's difficult, right? But not really. I want you to break it into 2 parts. Hierarchy, 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 visual hierarchy. Phrase number 7 is white space or negative space. This is the empty areas around design elements. And here is how you can use it in a sentence. Adding white space makes the UI feel cleaner and less cluttered. Now, cluttered is another good word for a designer, which means cluttered, it's like it feels too much information, too many elements on the page. it's clutter, right? It's some like garbage. So clutter is actually, in general English, it's a synonym of garbage. White space or negative space helps to get rid of this clutter in design. Word number 8 is typography, the style and appearance of text. Typography plays a big role in readability. Typography, again, pronunciation, typography. Word number 9 is alignment, how elements are positioned in a design. Make sure all text blocks are properly aligned. And this is how you actually use this word. As a noun, it's alignment. As a verb, is to align. And in design, generally when we talk about technical communication or design communication, you're going to use passive voice a lot. That is why you want to say are aligned. Your blocks are aligned. So I want you to remember this phrase, like something is aligned or some things are aligned. And word number 10 is grid system, a framework for structuring your content. Using a grid system ensures a balanced layout. Now, think about it. A messy UI confuses users. We all know that, right? But mastering these terms that I'm teaching you in this video helps you design with clarity and speak the language of great designers. In section 3, we talk about interaction and user behavior. Word 11 is call to action, or CTA. You can actually use the acronym CTA in a conversation in spoken English as well. It's a prompt encouraging the user to act, encouraging user action. For example, a strong CTA button increases conversions. Now, the examples and the words that I'm going to share in this section, by the way, I would probably encourage you to remember these examples, because next time you talk to a client who is not really tech savvy, and the client might not know what CTA means and how to use this word or other words that I'm going to share with you here, so you can explain to your client what the word means or what these words mean. You can use my examples that I'm giving you in this section. Word number 12 is accessibility. Accessibility is designing for people with disabilities. For example, accessibility makes the web more inclusive. 13, micro interactions. They are small animations that provide feedback. For example, loading spinner is a common micro interaction. 14, responsiveness, how a design adapts to different screens on mobile, on web, on iPad. For example, the website must be responsive on mobile devices, right? Do you build responsive websites or not? And word number 15 in this section is intuitive. Intuitive means easy to understand without instructions. We all know that good design should feel intuitive, not confusing, right? Now, think about your favorite app. Is it intuitive? Finally, section 4 is about research and user testing. Word 16 is A/B testing. A/B testing means comparing two versions to see which performs better. For example, A/B testing showed that the blue button got more clicks. 17, heat map. It's a visual representation of user clicks. For example, the heat map shows where users are clicking the most. 18, pain point. This is a problem users experience. For example, you can say something like, our survey helped identify key pain points. Key pain points, key problems, right? So instead of saying problem, you can say key pain point. 19, user journey. The steps a user takes to complete a task is a user journey. We need to map the user journey to improve navigation. To map the user journey, this is the expression that you need to write down. To map the user journey, to create it. And finally, 20 is feedback loop, a system for continuous improvement. User feedback creates a strong feedback loop for product updates. Now, remember that great designers don't just create screens, they solve problems. Knowing these words and being able to use these words in a conversation, in a sentence, really helps you think like a true professional UX and UI expert. Now, here's your challenge. I want you to pick 3 words from the list that I've shared with you in this video, and I want you to use these words in a sentence and share your sentences in the comments. I will be happy to review your sentences. I will be happy to give you feedback. And this way you will get a one-on-one lesson with me. And of course, if you want to improve your English, right? If you are a designer working in tech, you want to improve your English and your effective communication so that you can communicate better with your design team, with your development team, with your clients, please join our courses. We have a course that is really popular among web designers, UI, UX designers, that is called English for IT Communication, where you actually learn all the skills, all the communication skills, right? How to be a better communicator. And by knowing these common 20 words from this video and also information in the course will help you communicate effectively and with confidence. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.